Hello, I'm Npc and this is Seeds Sunday, the weekly series on my channel where I show you Seeds Minecraft Console Edition, which are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And this week's seed is definitely going to be that, having the little gap between each Seed Sunday really does allow us to do some crazy things like this seed right here. So this seed is just going to be a amazing Woodland Mansion based seed because as you can tell looking at the minimap, it's a pretty nuts one. It's got 4 Woodland Mansions and they're 4 Woodland Mansions a bit closer together than you'd usually expect. So they're all within about 300 blocks off each other. So that's pretty crazy. There's exposed diamonds you can get without having to break a single block before the diamond, so that's pretty nutty too. There's also a bunch of villages, there's desert temples in villages, and this is just a crazy seed I wanted to share with you all, and it's one of the most exciting ones I've had in a while, so hopefully you all do enjoy it. Like it if you do like it, because it helps out the channel. Let us know you do like Seed Sunday. I want to keep on seeing these, crazy Minecraft console seeds, because I know it's been a while since Minecraft Console Edition, I've shown some proper seeds here, but this is one that I think has been worth the wait. So let's get straight into it, and let's start the most amazing thing about this seed, because you spawn just over here, next to this little flower forest. You get some big purple flowers, you get some wolves, you get stuff like that. But if you turn around from spawn and you go this way instead, you'll see how if you just go up the hill, literally 20 blocks, if you go over here, you'll be able to get your way right into a Woodland Mansion. The cool thing about the Woodland Mansion being like this is you can break in through one of the windows, just like this as you can see, and then suddenly you're inside the Woodland Mansion. You can get the free loot, you can get the evokers and the totem of dying, literally 20 blocks away from your spawn. I always think that's amazing, and I feel like it's something you have to mention, that as well as being really close to each other, the Woodland Mansions are crazy close to spawn. This is the distance, this is my spawn location, this is the Woodland Mansion. That is such a crazy close distance, and it's something I figured I would mention. The second crazy thing about this seed, in terms of like what's going on, is the fact that it's not just, again, the one Woodland Mansion. I feel like they're all kind of interesting in their own little way. This one, if you look at it, is like, oh yeah, it goes into the swamp. It's got this weird kind of corner here, but besides that, it's pretty square. Like you can see how, the Woodland Mansion is pretty much the shape you'd expect, minus this and minus those missing bits. So you could probably like spend some time making it a perfect square if you like perfect square mansions. I don't know why you would, but in case that's your thing, then you can, or in case that's not your thing, you can also head to the east a little bit and you'll find yourself in, guess what? There's another Woodland Mansion less than 300 blocks away from this one. This one's about 250 blocks away from the spawn one, and as you can see, it is a second Woodland Mansion. Again, it's kind of a unique little layout, very close to a square. Again, if that's your thing, you're in luck today. And then also, it's got a few interesting entrances, such as over here, there's, this big gap in the wall where there's a random tree. Not sure how the tree made it through, but there's just a random, only bottom part of a tree, which you can access over here, and you could also like cover up and make a secret base. I don't know why you would want to, I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but it's a weird little thing. Also, next to this one, not too far away, you'll see how there's a witch's hut just over here in the swamp. As you can see, like there's a Woodland Mansion made from dark oak, and then there's this made from spruce, if I'm not mistaken. I've always assumed it's spruce, but yeah, there's this made from spruce as well, so you get like 2 of the wood types that are both pretty similar to each other, both very close to each other. And then also you can see over here, like this entrance is one of the weirder ones too, because it goes right through some trees and what should be a river too. It's weird stuff. But then also, as well as having a witch hut next to the weird mansion, which also we go next level on this one, because just to the south of the mansion there's this little spot over here. So this is pretty nutty by itself, because as you can see, it's a ravine you can access from a forest. Like I don't know how the ravine spawned here, but it cut through this higher piece of thing, so it leads to this very weird gap in the ground. But if you jump down here, again, I'm going to show you how without breaking a single block, we're in creative, but we won't break one. Without breaking a single block, we can get down here, and we can get to this point in the cave over here. So there's also gold to be found, so that's worth mentioning. If you jump from over here over to there, and then you jump up through this stuff, so we'll just fly to simulate it, then you'll get yourself to, look at that, there's a diamond over here. I think it's 1 diamond. Oh, it's 2 diamonds over here. Maybe even more, maybe. But yeah, there's 3 diamonds over here, which is pretty nutty. And then also, if we follow the water backwards, just over here, you'll see how there's another 3 diamonds, or maybe, I think that's just 3 diamonds actually, but there's another 3 diamonds found over here, which is a total of 2 veins of diamonds you can access without breaking a single block. I mean, you need to break the diamonds, I guess, to properly access them, but still, that's pretty crazy if you ask me. There's also gold, there's lapis, there's this stuff everywhere, because this is a crazy cave found at these low altitudes, so of course you're going to find diamonds and gold and all the good stuff that you want to find all over the place. Look at this, like lapis, lapis is just as rare as diamonds, so they're called, so this could all be diamonds in theory. But yeah, basically, you're going to find a lot of stuff, and you can follow the caves round and round and round, find all the gold, find all the other stuff to your heart's content. I think that's nutty. Whenever I find these things, I want to show them off, because it just goes to show sometimes the Minecraft cave generation really works in your favor, and on the console edition, it seems to do that a lot more. So big pro for the console edition side. Also, if we head to the southeast of that, you'll find yourself a NPC Village. So this is the fourth crazy thing that you find in a very short amount of area, and the NPC Village combines with a desert temple. So that's a desert temple village. It leads to the very weird situation where there's villagers which spawn inside the temple. Like, this is just their house now, apparently, because as you can see, the desert temple takes precedent over the villager house. So if you look up here, you can see how like there's cobblestone from it, but there's nothing else that, you know, lets you know this is a house here, because it's all been overwritten by the desert temple, except this guy who like has the desert temple overwriting some of his house. I think that's crazy weird to look at, and this one got lucky and he's just at the edge of the temple. But yeah, basically you can have like an Egyptian villager society if you want, and just build a bunch of builds around the temple, make that a thing. I don't know if that's the best idea, but it's a fun idea if you ask me. And then also, if you look to the north of this, there's this amazingly flat desert. So look at this place right here. It's really, really flat. It heads into the savannah. If you want to switch biomes, it heads over here, and it's just a really, really flat area which you can easily access, and which is also really close to these four things. So it's the perfect place to set up if you like building, if you like Woodland Mansions, if you like weird village stuff, or if you like diamonds. So yeah, if you don't like any of those four things, then I mean, are you sure Minecraft's a game? Like, are you sure it's Minecraft you like and not like that other one, maybe? You know, you like playing with Lego, perhaps, instead? But if that's not your thing, then you can head to the center of the map. Again, this is very close to Y00. Like, this is Y00 here, just over here, as you can see. So let's do this properly. This is Y00. It spawns right next to a village, which is fascinating, interesting. The village goes through a little lake, which is cool too, and also goes through a blacksmith. So the blacksmith, as you can see, contains some iron, and some apple, or some apple singular, and there's some villagers here, and you could do something with this if you wanted to. I'm not sure what, but it's kind of strange. Like, look, the tree generated through the villager well. Maybe you could go all the way down here and do something with that. Again, I feel like there's some inspiration you could get from here. Maybe there's not, but it's still just a random second village to add to the craziness of the seed. Then, if we keep heading to the northwest, you'll find a third Woodland Mansion just over here. As you can see, this one really combines with a you know, hill, or like rams into the hill, I should say. Not combines with it, but it rams into the hill in a way which means that it's kind of submerged. The entire bottom floor, if you look around here, is just entirely below ground until you get to like this corner, which means that it looks like it's a 1-floor Woodland Mansion, or like even just like a 1.5-floor Woodland Mansion here. It's really, really tiny looking basically, but it's not actually. That's just an optical illusion or whatever. And then as you can see, there's also the entrance just over here, kind of like well below where it should be, because this mansion probably shouldn't exist. Oh, I should have mentioned way earlier, the seed, it would be on screen with details on how to get it. That's like a key part of season. Yeah, I just realized that. So moving on from this, oh, also look, you can see there's sunflowers looking just away from here, which is also a cool little thing, if you ask me. But if we head further to the east from here, because there's pumpkins to the north here, but otherwise, personally, this isn't my favorite part of the map. Like, if you want jungle trees and jungle wood, you should come here. If you want, like, a weird extreme hill thing, you should come here. I think those are interesting ways. But really, I would recommend going all the way to the east of this and finding the fourth Woodland Mansion. This one is even better combined with the mountain. As you can see, it really just rams into it here again. It gets a little bit covered, and it leaves you with this very weird situation right here, which, again, I like weird situations, as you might be able to tell, and it makes the mansion look massive because, you know, the comparison here. So, again, I think that's always worth checking out. But then as well as having just, you know, a huge looking mansion, it's also a pretty good mansion on the inside. There's a bunch of, I found a bunch of loot when I was looking around it, and I'm realizing now that, like, on some platforms that might not be the case, but this was an Xbox One. There's a bunch of loot to be found in there. There's some diamond hose, there's some stuff like that, so go check it out. Like, as you can see, room over here too, by the way. But basically, that's something worth checking out. And then also, you can see how going to the south, the roof forest turns into a mega taiga biome, but it turns into it really slowly in a strange way, which means you get stuff like this, where this is clearly a mega taiga biome, but this is clearly a, you know, a roof forest, a dark oak tree. Very weird stuff you don't normally see. And then also, there's a mega taiga biome found over here. So you might say, wow, Toycat, that's the craziest seed you've shown off in a really long time. You know, this is one of the best seeds I've ever seen. I want this seed pretty badly. I'm going to go back to the start of the video, and I'm going to get that seed that was just shown on screen. But just in case you want to see even more craziness, let's go over to the very far west side over here, or the very far, yeah, the very far east side, sorry. My east and west is terrible, even though I do geography stuff. But they see, if we head all the way over here, you can see how there is a desert temple found in just a random desert island. Like, the desert island, I feel like you could take it or leave it. Like, maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Realistically, it's a mess. Look at this place. I don't want it, but maybe you do. Maybe this is like your terrain. You're like, yeah, I finally found the right desert for me. But either way, what I'm going to recommend is going into this desert temple because, you know, more free loot. There was free loot in the one before too, but in this one, even more free loot, even more free TNT. And as you can see, in our case, we got Curse of Binding. Yeah, I love me some Binding Curse. We got the Flame 1 enchantment. We got an Enchanted Golden Apple. Oh my god. And we also got Fortune 3. So, yeah, we got 2 amazing enchantments. We got 2 enchantments. And also, yeah, just in general, free stuff. Can't argue with free stuff. Like, there's no one who's like, oh, I wish this thing wasn't free for me. I wish I could pay for it. But yeah, that's something you don't get hit. So finally, if we head to the east of this desert island, the very, very edge of the world, because of a glitch involving the swamp biome over there, you can see how like the swamp really wants to exist over here, but then there's nothing. Basically, there's lily pads going all along the edge of the world, which means you have the rare situation of having lily pads inside a desert biome. And if you just place one more here, you can have like a little jump pad thing to the edge of the world. And I'm just saying, that's gonna be something you want, right? Like jump. Okay, you can't. You can't do that in reverse for some reason, but basically if that's something you want, then you can head over here and you can make yourself a little jump pad thing to the edge of the world. Do you want to do that? Should you do that? No, 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 but I think it's I think it's a fun little thing you can do regardless, and maybe that's your thing. Look at that. Oh, this is at the very edge of the world, so you can only stand on half this lily pad. Oh, look at that. There you go. There's something magical. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching today's Seed Sunday. Like if you did like it, because it helps out the channel out. Let us know you do want to see more Seed Sundays. Share if you really liked it, and make sure you subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you to the Twitter user who sent this in, or my follower who sent this in, I should say, because, again, I don't spend as much time, like, searching seeds manually anymore, because, obviously, you know how things are right now, and I really appreciate people who have been doing that and who found seeds like this one. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have any seeds, leave them in the comments or tweet me, or you know, you can get it to me in some form. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed it, because I'm going to see you all next time. Have a nice day, everybody. Goodbye.